Hello everybody, my name's Llama Joe and welcome to my channel. Okay, so it's currently 10:38, alright. I'm just that's just a mental note I'm making to myself. So we're back with The Letter. Pretty creepy so far, but the story's amazing. And honestly, before we do that, let's actually go through the journal, because we have a new thing. October 21st. Okay, bubble, we already read that. While looking for a missing co-agent, Isabela Santos found a mysterious letter in the Ermengarde mansion's attic. Driven to fear by what she read inside, thinking it's the place's curse at work, she hurried to leave the place, only to meet... Well, okay. A buzz breaks the silence. I start to actually, wait, before I read this, one moment. Backlog, save, load, journal, relationship, branching tree. See, okay. I kind of want to... This feature show and has content that... Oh, might deem a spoil... Okay, no, we don't want that. We don't want that. I don't want to spoil it. I was going to see if I could find the tree that could involve controls. Oh, cool. Huh. See... Spit... Oh, cool. I mean... I'm doing well with the mouse, but if ever some stuff happens with clicking, clacking, and click keys, it's good to know now that I can do that. Okay, anyway, sorry. I start to arouse, pulled into consciousness against my own will. I've never felt this tired before. I just want to sleep, but the insistent buzzing, poking, and prodding isn't letting me. My old mattress may not be the comfiest of places, but that doesn't make me any more eager to wake up.
5 more minutes, Becca.
Becca? I swat away at what is nudging persistently at my side. Come on. Can't I just get a few extra minutes of sleep today? I promise I'll work hard once I'm up. A hand lightly taps my cheek, and something cold is suddenly being pressed at the back of my head. The icy sensation slowly spreads throughout the area, giving me an uncomfortable feeling.
Isabela? Isabela? Gosh, can you hear me? Isabela?
The fog immediately lifts from my mind the moment I recognize the voice, and my eyes snap open. Is it Rose? Ah, Rose, okay. And this girl. There, looking down at me, is Rose. Another woman loiters beside her, but my attention is too focused on my co-agent to even ask why there's someone else with her. Rose's posture just screams worry, although she's keeping a straight face, or trying at least. I can't help but feel bad for making her fret. A wave of dizziness washes over me as soon as I try to get up, forcing me to lie back down again. Luckily, the feeling subsides after a few seconds until only a mild throbbing somewhere at the back of my head remains. With little assistance from Rose, I push myself upright. She hands me an ice pack and gestures for me to press it, where I suspect a small bump has already formed, if the light ache in the area indicates anything.
Alright, Isabela, where are we?
The Ermengarde mansion. Why? Ow, my head.
And the date today?
Oh, okay, she thinks she has a concussion. That's pretty smart.
October 21st? Rose.
Last one. Can you count to 15 in reverse order?
15, 14, 13... 12-teen? No, that's wrong.
Uh-oh.
Why are we doing this?
She's just checking if your injury is in any way serious.
Ah, a little Irish accent there. Hello. This time, I curiously regard the woman standing beside Rose. It's impossible to overlook her. What, with the way she towers over us? Okay, so I guess she's really tall. And here I thought Rose is already tall. Who is she anyway? One of the remaining cleaning crews? But with how primly dressed she is, I don't think anyone would want to clean in a suit. An expensive suit at that. The gloves alone must have already cost a fortune. Her eyes slowly shift between me and Rose, considering us with an almost unreadable expression, before finally fixing a sharp gaze on me. Wow, she looks pissed. For some reason. Sorry, I fell downstairs. I can't help but fold my arms protectively over myself as she does so. You mean like she's doing? She may be far from a cleaning crew, but she certainly looks like our supervisor during evaluation.
Just do it, please.
I eyed them both warily, but recite everything as she asked. Rose releases a breath of relief once I'm done.
You scared me for a moment there. I was about to call for an ambulance. Are you alright?
Ooh. Exasperation soon replaces the dull ache. The memory's a little fuzzy, but... the attic? And...
There was someone, Rose. In the attic.
Someone? You mean a client? Oh, that's unlikely. It's probably just one of the cleaning crews.
Ain't the cleaning crew, fam.
The boss sent a few of them back this morning for some last minute...
No, not any of those. They're, I'm not actually sure. Wait, didn't I call you? You said you were in the attic when you answered. That's why I went there in the first place.
Uh-oh. Called out. Both Rose and the lady look at me like I've just grown another head. Did I say something weird? Rose quickly casts an... oh, nice. Quickly casts an apologetic smile at the woman before the awkward silence stretches on further. It's her saleswoman smile. The same one she taught me back when I was still her trainee. I should show this to troublesome clients or just to avoid trouble in general, she advised. It's also the same one she gives me when I've done something particularly absurd that may cause us to lose a potential sale. So she's willing to buy the house. Damn, she looks pissed. Her eyes are serious when she turns back on me. She takes both of my shoulders, gently squeezes it, and with as much patience as she can muster...
As much as I'd love to have gotten at least a heads up of your arrival, I didn't really get a call from you. You know, signal here is absolutely horrendous. I was in the garden earlier and couldn't even make a single call. Isabella, I'm going to ask again. Are you really alright?
Uh-oh.
But I don't know.
Oh, sorry. Skipped
It's
a little bit.
all a bit blurry. I remember I was looking for you, but you weren't in the attic. And there's... whoever it is. Then I must have tripped on a rug or something on the way down. Oh no. Do you think someone came in while you were out? You left the main door open. We are so going to get into big trouble if something gets stolen, Rose.
Perhaps it is a concussion. Are you sure you feel fine? We could still call for an ambulance. I could cover for you.
No, I'm fine. I'm okay, Rose. I can work.
Wait. Hold your horses, Rose. I can't just miss an important sale because of a minor bump in the head. An extremely minor bump. I've had worse when I was a kid. This is nothing.
Besides, if I leave, you'll have to shoulder everything in the open house, alone. And in a mansion this big?
She's got you there, Rose. Well, there's also the part where I may lose that bonus BRC promise, but that's completely beside the point. Rose gives me a skeptical look when I return the cold compress to her and push myself off the floor. I have to use the staircase's railings to steady myself, but otherwise, I feel fine.
See? I'm A-okay.
The two of them exchanged a worried glance, and Rose assumes a contemplative look. I bite my lower lip in anticipation. If she says no...
Alright, you in.
Nice. A smile threatens to slip out from me.
If I see that you aren't feeling well, I'm taking you personally to the nearest clinic to have you checked. Clear?
Clear as day, ma'am. Thanks, Rose.
Yeah, sorry guys, I'm yawning a bunch. When I talk a lot, and I don't take a lot of breaths, then my body yawns to compensate for that.
You insisted. But remember what I said. First sign of you looking not okay, and we're off. No questions asked.
Seems reasonable.
It's just a small bump. Don't worry.
You shouldn't downplay these kinds of things. It could be a serious injury for all we know.
Suddenly, a small cough sounds against the walls of the foyer, interrupting our banter. The woman is looking expectantly at the two of us, her stare making me shrink back a little on myself. She isn't really intimidating. Well, she is. But not in the scary, negative way. Far from it, actually. Her demeanor simply commands an air of sophistication and respect. In a different world, a younger me would have probably wished to be like her. At her lack of response, she coughs again, lifting a well-trimmed eyebrow at me in question. Words get caught in my throat at the sight of it, and Rose, as usual, is swift to catch my blunders.
My sincerest apologies, Miss McCullough.
Oh.
Marianne McCullough.
McCullough. Yeah. She's an Irish girl, I can tell. Your boy right here's Irish. She hands Rose her business card. I got Charlie Rose interior designer. Oh, cool. Okay. Okay. The words interior designer catch my eyes before my partner flips it over. Oh. Probably someone interested in the mansion for its 17th century influences then. I won't hold it against her, though. Despite the hearsays and remaining uninhabited for years, the mansion's original fittings and furniture have been kept completely intact and restored to pristine condition. I suppose some people find that trip to the past feeling appealing? After all, with what it offers, this place could also be a haven for people looking to live somewhere with a classic historical charm.
Miss McCullough, I'm Rose Cooper, and this is my partner, Isabella Santos. We're just ironing out a few things, but we'll be starting the tour soon enough.
Nice, nice.
In the meantime, we've prepared some refreshments for you in the parlor while you're waiting. If you could please.
Thanks. There's no need for it, though. I just dropped by for a quick survey of the place. I thought I should check the estate before I meet with the homeowners.
Rose's confusion is impossible to miss when she glances at me, and I return it with a equally perplexed, like, yeah, owners, what? And against my better judgment, I blurt out the first question that comes to mind.
I'm sorry. Homeowners?
I should have kept my mouth shut. I mean, oh god, she looks pissed. How dare you assume that a house that hasn't been bought yet has homeowners and then question it when you're real estate agents that are supposed to be selling the house? How rude. I'm not sure if I like Marianne or not yet. I don't know, she seems too sassy. Like unnecessarily sassy. A flash of irritation crosses her face, but it instantly disappears under a mask of professional detachment.
Yes. Hannah Wright? I was hired by her to handle the interior design for their newly bought home.
Come again?
This is the Ermengarde mansion, right?
Yes.
It is, but...
God, sorry guys, I'm yawning so much. She pauses, possibly trying to find the right words to fix the awkward situation without offending someone. Oh, no, I got picked. Suddenly, Rose nudges me with her elbow. I don't know, we'll check those two. I mean, I feel like in a professional situation, most of the time you're like, ah, yeah, supervisor, so let's go with that. Those few moments have given me enough time to clear my head of any nervousness or confusion clouding it.
It is, ma'am, but we weren't aware the mansion has already been sold.
What do you mean?
I almost flinch when she turns her gaze on me, but I stand my ground. Besides, it isn't like I haven't dealt with awkward situations like this before. I may screw up at times, but that doesn't mean I haven't learned a thing or two in the 5 years I've worked in the business.
The mansion is indeed for sale, ma'am. Today's the open house, in fact. However, we haven't heard anything from the higher-ups that a deal has already been closed for this particular property. If you'd like, my co-agent and me can check with them right now.
She nods. That animation was a little weird. She nods. Seemingly in deep thought after I finished. She appears to be a reasonable person anyway. Given the proper explanation, she'd surely understand.
I thought something looked odd when I arrived here. Excuse me, I think I need to make a call to my secretary.
I want to see it real quick. Did I? Oh, I improved the relationship with Marianne by a good bit. Damn. She all about that relationship life. Okay.
Thank you for your assistance, Miss Santos.
You're welcome. With a slight wave of her hand, she leaves us. That seems to be the end of it. Both Rose and I breathe a sigh of relief. Disaster averted. I also don't miss the thumbs up she gives me for doing a good job. And I can't help but swell with pride. Yes. Still, I've already prepared myself to dial the number to our Luxborn office and check, even if she didn't ask for it. I will be very frustrated if, for some reason, something has already been decided without my or Rose's knowledge. That's a whole new level of unfair. We've been working hard on this. Moments later, Miss Piccolo returns, looking a little frustrated, but with an apology clear in her face. I feel a little sorry for her having to go through all this trouble.
There seems to have been a little misunderstanding with my client. If you'll allow it, I'd like to stay and wait for them here.
Cool.
I was informed they'll be dropping by for the open house today. I figured it'd be a waste to just leave after that long drive. I might as well meet him here.
Certainly. You could stay at the parlor in the meantime, ma'am. I'm sure it won't be long before our guests arrive.
Yeah, boy.
And Isabella, I left a few documents in my car. You know where I keep those.
Sure I do.
Can you please get it for me?
Rose takes a glance at her wristwatch before tossing me a set of keys. Got him.
And hurry. We still got a few minutes to double check those papers.
Okay, got it.
The two of them disappear behind the parlor's door. Ooh, new journal. Let's check it. Why not? Oh! I didn't even... Okay, cool. Rose Cooper, along with the woman who introduced herself as Marianne McCullough, found Isabella Santos lying unconscious in the mansion's foyer before the open house's start. Unable to recall what happened prior, Isabella insisted on working despite her co-agent's worries about her well-being. ... Cool. That was nice. I don't remember if I read that or not, so let's do it again. The two of them disappear behind the parlor's door. Their departure brings with it a stillness to keep me company, neither welcoming nor comforting. Alone like this, it's impossible not to think of what really happened. I wish the memory isn't as elusive as it normally is. Then again, Rose already said she didn't receive any call from me. Was it just paranoia? A temporary lapse after having heard all those tales about this place? Probably. I want to think of it as such. Better to think of it as such, so I can work in peace. Except a small part of my mind begs to differ, and if I'm going to be completely honest with myself, I want nothing more than to leave this place as soon as possible. I don't know what's in this house, and I don't want to know. The keys Rose have just handed me dig into my palm, its jagged edges creating shallow ridges on my skin from how hard I'm clutching it. It's a reminder of what I still need to do and why I've taken this job in the first place. Hugging my blazer closer to my body, I exit the house to get what Rose has asked for me. Just a few more hours, Isabella. Sell the house, get the money. Oh, no. Whoa, what? We're just gonna look past that? Did we just have a time lapse? What? Is this a glitch or is this actually part of... Okay. Okay. A flock of people have already gathered in the mansion's front yard by the time we officially open the doors. I'm not sure whether I should feel baffled or underdressed standing in their presence. Men and women of wealth and status, all dressed to the nines in fancy suits and lovely dresses of varying colors, compose the medium-sized crowd. Their necks, arms, and fingers are adorned with silver and gold, glinting in the afternoon sun. Some even have ridiculously fancied feathered hats on their heads. I think this time-lapse is on purpose. I really hope I didn't miss some story. I really hope there are any magpies living nearby in the stories. Those birds will have a field day in this. Magpies? I don't know a lot about birds. They are murmuring among themselves, looking at the estate's facade, appraisingly, with some arguing about whose mansion has a superior architecture. But most of it stops as Rose calls for their attention. They don't look too pleased at being ordered around, but what can they do about it?
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Rose Cooper, and this is my partner, Isabella Santos.
I like that
We'll
green
be
hair.
taking a tour of the mansion in 2 groups. Please make sure you filled up our sign-in forms before joining a specific group.
Those who want to look around the first floor, please follow my partner. I'll be guiding the ones who wish to see the ground floor.
Okay, no, fight the odd. Hearing this, a few wander to me. They are mostly old ladies who seem daunted at the idea of climbing all those stairs. Oh, I thought the game froze. Miss McCullough also joins her group. But what really catches my eye is the elegantly dressed pair she approaches. I'm assuming these are guys trying to buy the house.
It's so nice to finally meet you. When Chief Inspector Lee mentioned that a famous interior designer is in town, I knew I had to get you.
Oh!
Your confidence in my skills is very flattering, ma'am.
She's blushing. Blushing
Sure
or
you
her.
won't disappoint, Marianne.
What? That sounded really creepy.
Oh, you know each other?
Not at all, ma'am.
You mentioned something about a Marianne on our way here, darling?
Is there some shenanigans going on?
Oh, yes, I think I did.
Ah, that must be the client she was talking about. I might have seen their faces somewhere before. Some magazine? Or the television? I can't quite remember. But then again, most of our guests have likely ended up on the news, one way or the other. I won't be surprised if these two already have. For people who are popular, though, they aren't dressed as loudly as the others, and in their simplicity, the couple stands out. The woman in particular is stunning enough to turn the heads of most people in my group, especially the men with wandering eyes. The guy standing beside her doesn't seem to mind, though. And if I'm going to be a bit bolder with my assumptions, I'd say he's basking in the attention. Both of them, in fact. I'd think they are brother and sister if it wasn't for their public display of affection. The matching rings on their fingers just cement the fact that they are indeed a couple. My only sunshine. Oh, that's cute. Whatever. Couple or not, what's important is we get this deal closed before the current owners can even think of canceling the listing. I just hope one of the people in my Arosa's group is brave and generous enough to buy this mansion. And so, with papers in hand, I lead the way. Okay. When they aren't... Yeah, okay, I was going to stop, but I'm going to keep going. When they aren't whispering among themselves or going, ooh, and ah, over one thing or another, they ask questions. From how the restoration process went, to the history of the place. I answered them all. More than happy to talk about the art pieces and architecture mostly. However, I'm careful not to mention anything about the urban legend. You know, that haunted stuff going on. We got another thing going on right here. Today marked the open house of the infamous Ermengarde Mansion, opened to the public for the first time in years. Luxborn's most esteemed and prominent personalities gathered to catch a glimpse of the 17th century property, included Luxborn's most well-known couple, Luke and Hannah Wright. I'm assuming Luke and Hannah Wright is that couple that we saw earlier. Not a good material for sales talk, even if the entire population of Luxborn knows about it.
Some of the furnishings here are actually the 17th century originals, all of which have undergone a painstaking restoration process just to return its original beauty.
Such cheery music.
Even the glass thing. Colorful ones. Oh, I don't know, but you get the idea, I hope.
What, the glass window panes?
Especially that one, ma'am. It is said to be a gift commissioned by the fiancé of Lady Charlotte Ermengarde. The mansion's current owners have specifically requested that the restoration crew take great care in handling it. It's a priceless work of art and the most distinctive feature of the mansion.
By the time I've stopped talking, her attention is already elsewhere.
Isn't this place wonderful, darling? I told you it's not a total
Wonderful,
waste of your
darling.
time.
I don't know. Isn't it a bit too small?
Mr. in Grey.
We might have to break a wall down to have more room.
It's a mansion. She seems nice, but a little ditzy. But he just seems like a douche. I'm already getting the douche vibe from this guy. I'm gonna have to break down a wall to have my room.
Well, I think it is just right. Don't you think so, Marianne?
It is splendid, ma'am. But isn't it a little too early to make plans when no deal has been signed yet?
Got him.
Never mind that. It isn't going to be a problem. We've got a wonderful legal team to handle everything.
Oh, good.
Start taking notes, though. I think I've got a few things I want changed before we move in.
The rest of their conversation gets lost in the chatter of our companions. I don't want to make any assumptions yet, but their sheer interest is enough to give me some semblance of hope. Oh, please, please, please let these guys be the one. Eventually, our group reaches the kitchen. Much like the rest of the house, a great deal of effort has been put in retaining the room's classical appeal. I see a dungeon, or a basement. I don't know, that looks more like a dungeon opening than a basement. And no. Something tells me there'll be some creepy shit in there. The open hearth at the end of the room in particular looks amazing, like the ones I've only seen in fairy tale books. And mad props to the cleaning crew. Seriously, after overhearing hundreds of their complaints about the soot and tar staining the bricks and how much of a pain in the arse cleaning this will be, they still managed to pull this off. Or make it look presentable at least.
The highlight of the room, however, is what's underneath this hatch here.
Oh, don't say anything yet. An underground wine cellar.
This is the first time the guy in gray speaks up. Mr. Luke Wright. My memory supplies from the forms they signed earlier. Okay, so that is Luke and Hannah Wright. His sudden attentiveness catches me off guard. Since the start of the tour, only his wife has shown any form of genuine interest in the place. But this time, something lightens up in his eyes at the mention of the Undercroft. What's so interesting about a basement? I really don't understand rich people sometimes. I don't either. Right now, he just gives me the impression of a child who has seen what he absolutely wants for Christmas. I've always found it cute whenever I see children act that way, my younger siblings especially. On a grown man, it's almost funny.
Yes, sir. It could house around 7,000 to 11,000 bottles of wine.
Damn! That's a big-ass wine cellar. With just more room for creepy shit.
Truly. And the room, how was it built?
The bricks that were used to build the cellar have been carefully picked for the purpose of maintaining and preserving a constant temperature and humidity in the room.
Nice.
It's a good place to keep your private collection in if you have one, sir.
It keeps the corks in good condition.
Oh, love. Didn't you say before that you wanted to make your own personal vineyard? Perhaps you could start one here.
You know we're going to need space for that, darling.
How much fucking space do you need? And this isn't... Yeah, exactly. And this isn't big enough?
If it's space you're worried about, sir, the Ermengarde mansion sits on a 46-acre lot. There's plenty of room for it. We were told that the original owners had a horse stable built here before, too.
There's a contemplative expression on Mr. Wright's face, but he doesn't say anything further. His wife, however, seems really pleased that he has started to show interest, if only a little. I smiled at myself. I may not completely understand how these people's minds work, but I sure as hell know how to spot a buyer with sincere interest. Score! I can't wait to tell Rose. The rest of the tour goes by without a hitch. After more than half an hour, we're able to cover almost every room in the ground floor and are heading to the parlor. Funny, the first time BRC had us survey the property, I kept complaining to Rose how big it is. Now, I can't even bring myself to care, no matter how much my feet hurt. Maybe this is just my excitement over a possible sale? You know what? I think it's been about half an hour. Please stop. Please stop. Oh, please stop. Please stop. Okay. Anyway, we're gonna end it here. So, thank you guys so much for watching. As always, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, tell me what you don't like, tell me what you don't like. And we will continue the letter in the next episode. My name is Llama Joe, and I'll catch you guys later!